Hey Daniel, how you doing, bro?
Good, thank you, Demeter. How are you, man?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. So obviously, like the main thing that I want to do today is kind of get a glimpse as to what your experience has been like working with me, being a part of Closer Fastlane, and just pretty much share your honest experience, share what you've got going on at the moment, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So to begin with, bro, give us a little bit of a breakdown of where you were before you found Closer Fastlane, how you found it.
I'd been an appointment setter for a while. Um, I had a couple of bad offers, so I was kind of looking for something different. I was also running my own offer that was not doing well at all. Like I was literally losing money on the ad spend. It was draining my bank account. Uh, I'd kind of mastered the appointment setting though, and I kind of wanted to move up to closing, or at least just skip straight into my own offer. But obviously, I had a huge problem with closing. Luckily, I saw your ad. I started to reach out, join the community, and then yeah, sort of went on from there.
Okay, cool. What did you think when you joined the community? Because obviously it was like a free school thing. What did you expect it to actually be?
So to be honest, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was before I joined, because I thought it was kind of like too good to be true. Like you don't really expect like cool reviews and a bunch of content and stuff and all of that sort of help that you get, uh, before for such a low price. Like it was I didn't really expect it to be like that. But when I joined, I was probably one of the best things I've done. Kind of saved my whole online career, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think the biggest change that like you had is when you actually started working with one to one because you came on to the free community and then from there we had like a little bit of a talk and then we wanted to come on to the premium and then once we spent some time there as well, that's when I really got to analyze your calls. Like you would bring some of your recordings and just pause there and tell you what we can do better, etc. We also worked on your offer as well because I remember you were charging like I think it was 500 or 600, and then we increased it to 2.4, right? So there's like a big jump, and yeah, and then after obviously we started working one to one, and yeah, if you want to talk about like that specifically, how what the changes were from going from premium or sorry free premium and then one to one.
Yeah. So the way I'd say is, any of them are gonna get you to success eventually, but the speed is, you're gonna reach like success and the goals you want to hit exponentially faster with a premium, and then even faster than that with a one-to-one. And you're gonna be able to take it to a different level with the one-to-one because I've had like training and stuff in the past and like mentors and stuff in terms of appointment setting. And for those of you that haven't had like any training or anything like that, the best way to learn is by someone analyzing your calls or giving you constant feedback and holding you accountable, making sure that you're implementing the things they teach. Because course content is good, but like you said, it's very one size fits all, right? So the best way is just one-to-one help. But even like in the premium, the group calls and stuff, I was still improving. Like it's like my closing rate was probably like 5% improved from there. And then for the one-to-one, like I wouldn't even dream of closing like a 2.5K deal before. Like I was struggling like when I started to like close like £200 deals. I literally couldn't close anything, but now I can close 2.5 4K pretty confidently. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for that.
What would you feel like the biggest benefit to you was? What do you feel like are some things that really stood out that had the highest leverage in terms of your performance within yourself and also within inside your business?
So a couple of things. So the call recordings, going over those helps so much. You were literally nitpicking on every tiny detail that can be improved, and it's just pretty easy to implement from then on. And as you saw, like you will literally watch me slowly start to improve. So that really helped. Also, another thing was you holding me accountable. I'd be lazy sometimes, and you would make sure that I actually got the stuff done. It's good to have somebody to make sure that you actually get certain goals done because I used to struggle with discipline. And another thing, you really helped me like build out my offer. You helped me get a role, which beforehand I was kind of stuck on how to get a closing role because I didn't have any experience within closing. But yeah, with that, because you helped me go into a role, so I was actually getting some income, stop me going broke. You helped me build out my offer as well, change the pricing and a couple of different things you taught me. Because obviously, how you close is dependent on your avatar, and you helped me understand that. I didn't really, I was kind of using the same script for everyone, but you really helped me understand how important it is that you behave differently with like different avatars. But so you helped me actually make money so I could supply my ad spend off that closing role. I was practicing that. I was practicing my own closing, and then you were just going over it. And with the one-to-one help, like we were just going at it and at it and at it in terms of improvement. And that's how we managed to ramp up so fast. I think it's a mix of different things. course content's also really helpful. There's the thing is like I've seen some other sales training. I've never seen those sorts of what do you call them? Not theories. Those sorts of ways of thinking before, and I think
Right.
they're really
The way
useful.
that the way
The
that
ones that you have.
yes, so like the way that I frame certain things and like for example the structure of how a course should be and like the whole nurture close thing. I'm assuming you're talking about that.
Yes. Yeah. All of that stuff. Yeah.
Awesome,
That's
man.
yeah.
Um,
It's a good
so
summary.
yeah, I appreciate that. It was like a pretty good like breakdown of how the journey has been. Um, you mentioned that you had like, obviously you got the closing role, etc. But I remember you telling me you left it. Was it purely because you wanted to focus on the business, or like did something go wrong with that? What was the thinking there?
No, it was great. I just wanted to focus on the business. Like I was getting too many appointments to the point where I would have either hire another closer or take the calls myself. And I'd rather that's why I released from the offer. I wanted to take the calls myself instead of having to hire another closer and stuff. I was getting loads of appointments. It was a really good offer to be fair. It really helped. I enjoyed it. I practiced a lot. I made some good money on it. And it was business to business, which I haven't sold before in terms of closing. But yeah, the only reason why I was released, like I could have still probably been doing, maybe like probably around 10K a month on that offer, if I stayed on it. But I wanted to focus on my own business, and I could have scaled it more with my own business. So yeah, that's the only reason why I left. If I just wanted to be, comfortable and making a lot of money, I would have just stayed on that offer.
Yeah, sure, bro. Makes sense, man. So, okay, cool. We've spoken about how it was like when you first came in, etc. Just tell me a bit more about how it is at the moment. Like, what type of numbers are you doing? How has it been over the last, let's say, quarter? Because we've been working together now for like the last 4 or 5 months. So yeah, just tell me how it is for you right now.
Right now it's great, man, because with your like one-to-one help, it's not just closing. You're a business owner as well, so you managed to help me in all other aspects. At the start, it was closing, holding me down. Once I actually managed to close, it was just like marketing and lead gen that was like kind of bottlenecking me. You helped me out with that. So at the moment, I'm getting like at least like 5, 6 calls booked a day, closing like two or three of them, and it's not going bad at all. I'm thinking of like hiring soon. Probably going to get a setter, a closer, and some VAs to handle out all the follow-ups. So, things are going a lot better than expected. When before I was actually like spending probably about £1,000 a month out of pocket on ads and I wasn't closing anything. And then you also got to like think about how to pay for the CRM and other costs. But yeah, it's really flipped on its head. So right now, like my best month has been 13K, I believe. Um, and all I've spent is ads and the CRM, which is pretty much nothing compared to how much I've made. But yeah, usually floating around like 9 to 10, 11K, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, really good, man. Like really good.
Never
Like
really think I can achieve it, but
yeah. When you first came in, and I remember our initial call, like the first time ever speaking, and you mentioned to me that you literally had a close rate of 5%. I was like, damn, like how? Okay, cool. I started thinking, I was like, what's the issue here? And literally, the main thing with a lot of people, and not just you as well, is understanding the reasoning behind what they do, right? Because it's like you watch a
Yeah,
lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that, but you don't really understand why people do what they do on both sides. Like why a salesperson says what they say and why a prospect says what they say or why they think in a certain way. And I feel like once we really knuckled down on that and tracked your KPIs as well, that was like a big thing that we had to focus on.
yeah,
It's like looking at every single one of your numbers, right? And then started honing in on those things individually and how we can tweak those. I feel like that's when you got the best results.
yeah. You're definitely right. Before, like, nobody ever really pushed me to like track my stuff. Obviously, I knew it was supposedly good, but it helped me understand why it was good to track. And now, like, when I look at the spreadsheet that you helped me build out, I can literally just see exactly what needs to be improved and what sort of like bottlenecking me. Another thing as well, I just wanted to mention as well. Before I used to be like kind of shy, like even in person, I kind of had like struggle a bit talking to people and stuff. And that's probably why my close rate was so bad. You see, I'd be like all jittery, and I struggled. But now I'm just relaxed, I'm laid back, and that's also helped my closing rate. Or you've really helped like instill that confidence into it, and that's helped in like all other areas of my life as well. Speaking to people, when you're meeting new people, I'm just so much more like relaxed and laid back about it. I'm not really anxious about it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's amazing to hear for sure. And what would you say your targets are for next year?
Like by the end of next year.
Nah, I feel like we'd be thinking too far with that. Let's do like
Okay.
next 6 months.
Next 6 months, I want to hit a 25K a month. I think it's doable.
Yeah,
I think it's
absolutely.
doable.
And I've already told you like what the next steps with that would be. All you have to do is just
Mm.
scale up on the ads a little bit and
Implement.
recruit like another closer. Because ideally you want to have you and somebody else, or if we can increase the bookings enough, have like three closers under you. And if we can scale that way, you could crush even more than 25K, bro. Like I see no problem in you doing that.
I appreciate it. It's you've kind of basically laid out the next steps. I just have to implement it, and it's not too hard. It's good as well because you're not just closing. You're a business owner. You know your way around businesses, so it definitely helps a lot to have that sort of one-time help as well.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Is there anything else you want to share about your experience, or do you feel like you've shared everything?
Yeah, I'd just say like to some people who've never sort of had the training or been in the premium school or had the one-to-one help, take it from me. I was probably me and you are probably in the same position like a year ago. Um, if you have, if you can get training, then definitely take up on the opportunity because it's going to help you get to, from point A to B a hell of a lot faster. You're going to make a lot more. You're going to be an art, of your craft. It's kind of essential. Like you can't really do it without the right training, and in the long term, it's going to help you as well. So all the foundations of like the way you think is going to be, instilled correctly, if that makes sense. You're going to have the right foundations for being a great closer, and you're going to know how to get a good role. It's going to end up getting you paid a lot quicker. And yeah, it's kind of like with the one-to-one, it's kind of just like having a doctor just to basically diagnose every single bit you're going wrong and teach you how to solve it. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment. Yeah, just highly, highly recommend. Best thing I've done so far.
Yeah.
No regrets at all.
Awesome, man. I'm super happy that you got this degree of help. When I first started this was pretty much the idea. Is like I want to help people as much as possible. But I guess like seeing it come to life now, it just like it feels amazing, and hopefully I can replicate this to hundreds and thousands of people eventually. So really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you coming here and sharing your experience. Obviously, you're still like one of my clients that I'm working with actively. So I'll see you on like what's the time? I'll see you in like 2 hours on the community call. But yeah, man. Other than that, take care of yourself, and once again, appreciate your time.
I'm so grateful for everything, Avatar. Thank you so much, man.
No
Really
worries.
appreciate it.
Take care. Bye bye.